So what happened? Those red blood cells in our body, they will be dying within 120 days. Now, what should be there? The multiplication should be there, the division should be there, so that our body should get the oxygen continuously. Our body can transport the nutrients continuously, right? Same way we have the WBC. What is WBC?
White blood cells.
White
Very
blood
good.
cell.
White blood cells. The lifespan for the white blood cell is only, 12 to 13 days. So within those 12 to 13 days, they will die. Now, if they do not multiply or if they do not increase in numbers, then again, no one will be there in our body to fight against the diseases or the germs. That is why, what do we say is like the cells come from the old cells or the pre-existing cells. So those cells which are already present, what do? They keep on multiplying. Some of them will die and some of will keep on multiplying. Like in humans also, what is happening? We have the grandparents, we have the great grandparents, we have the mother, then you are there, then you will be giving birth to the young ones, right? So this process will keep going on. So during this cycle, does it happen like the great grandparents will be there till us for for the whole life? No, right? So if someone is dying on the earth, then some of the individual are also coming on the earth, right? That is how actually the life works on. So the death and the birth is happening continuously. So many births are happening in a day. So many death rate are happening in our day. So as to maintain the balance in our universe. Understood? So, we'll be discussing about the discovery of the cell, and I am not going to teach you that. I'll be showing you a video, very interesting video. So, because already you're aware what is discovery of the cell from the cork part it was done. I hope it is aware, right? From the cork part it was done. So, I'll show you a very, very interesting video. By watching that video, you'll be like better. You will be aware of that. So, let me share my screen again. Mhm. Okay.
It's
So, it is
Sunday,
audible to you, the
and
video?
the
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
children have taken out their new puzzle. Let's watch them solve the puzzle. It looks like some animal. Picture puzzles are interesting. Every little piece has its own place in the puzzle and is an essential building unit, just as cells are to living organisms. The cell is the fundamental unit of life, and it has its job cut out so that the organism
So
may live.
exactly, right? This is the position we all are in. So when we are very small, when we are in the, in the stomach of the mother, or when we are in the womb of the mother, what happens? Initially, only one single cell will be there. But later on, that one cell will keep on divide and they form the different parts of the child, right? So that is how the development happens. And how many months do it take to form the complete child in the mother's body?
Ma'am, 9 months.
Very good. So it takes almost like, 270 days or 9 months or now, nowadays, what is happening? The duration has been decreased because of the environmental factors, because of the pollution, because of the food habit what we have. So it depends upon person to person.
There, the puzzle is almost done. Oh, it's a panda. Well done. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to
Hi, I'm the great builder. Nobody knew me until my good friend, Mr. Hook, spotted
So
me
who was
through my.
Robert Hooke?
Ma'am, a
Ma'am, he's the
scientist.
one who discovered the cells, how cells are
Yes.
made.
Yeah. So what kind of cells he discovered basically?
Ma'am, dead cell. Ma'am, he
Very good.
discovered the dead cell.
Yes, correct. Correct. So as Sampath has mentioned, so what he did, Robert Hooke was the first one actually, to give the term cell. But he discovered only the dead cells. The living cells were not discovered by him. Who discovered the living cells?
Ma'am, Leeuwenhoek.
Very good. So Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, he was the person who discovered the first living cell. So I'll tell you a very interesting story first of all. Let me go with the story. I'll tell you Robert Hooke. He was a person, he was a child who was, and especially when talking about the boys, how they will be. Either very decent or either they will be, very jolly, they will be very enjoying, playing kind of thing. So one day, Robert Hooke was sitting under the tree. Okay. He was sitting under the tree, and as a boy, he cannot sit simply. What he did, he started scratching the tree part. So like this, he started scratching the tree part. And when he started scratching it, he saw the bark part. What is the color of the bark?
Ma'am, brown
Ma'am,
dark,
brown.
ma'am.
Brown. Correct. So it is brown in color. So he started scratching that bark part. And then he noticed that inside that bark part, there was something with the, with the white in color. So what he did, he wanted to do, experiments on all those parts, whatever he was scratching. So he took that part into his lab, and then he noticed few compartments, small kind of chambers, small kind of compartments were there. And that is how he discovered these cells. But he was not able to learn very deep into it. Why so? Why he did not study so deep about the cell? Is there any particular reason, or simply don't want to do that? Because the microscope was not, the developed one. He had the microscope which does not show the proper kind of the structure. That was the reason actually he did not went into the exactly cell what they are. Though he discovered the cells, but what happened since he did not had the good microscope during that time, that is why his invention was a little incomplete one. But later on, after 19s and all, 18s and all, when the discovery of microscope was there, what happened? Then the other scientists they started working on it. They started to watch it. So in your school, has a teacher started the your class regarding the cell?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Yes. Who said yes?
Ma'am, my ninth grade is starting tomorrow. From tomorrow.
Okay, Rohit. Okay. So, okay. I think Sampath has said yes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me, did they conducted any experiment related to the cell?
No, ma'am, they just started how the discovery of the cell. Just brief explanation.
Okay, fine. So, I'll tell you. In the grade 9, very important part is related to the experiment also, right? In this chapter, we have basically two experiments, the major experiment. Urujit and Harshit and Pranav, please turn on your video also. So, what the experiment says, have you ever, scrapped your cheek? These are the cheeks, right? I have the chubby one. So, inside this, when you take the kind of matchstick or something like that, a kind of little sharp thing, when you scratch it slowly from inside, you will be getting white color structures. Fine. When you start scrapping with those toothpick is the best one. What you can do, you can take the toothpick with the help of the toothpick, you can keep it inside and then start scratching from this part. Okay, don't scratch it hard. Be little soft with you. Okay, start scratching it. So once you start scratching it, when you take your toothpick out, what you'll be finding? You'll be finding white small structures. So those small structures are what they are. These cells. Fine, they are called as a cheek cell. So since we got them from the cheek, that is why they are called as a cheek cell. After getting them, what we need to do is we have to keep it on the slide. I hope you all have seen the slide, right, in the school. So it is a kind of glass thing which is like very small, and that is used actually to keep the organism or to keep any kind of the microbes on. So those cheek cells we will be keeping it on the slide, and then we will be giving them the color. So in the bio, actually, it is known as stain. Stain means color, and in the chemistry, it is known as dye, dye, right? Dye means color, giving color. Stain means giving color. But in the bio, we do not use the word, dye. We always use the word stain. So that slide, we need to give the stain. Fine. After giving the stain, now once you watch them under the microscope, you can actually see the cells actually. They will be with a small compartment like structure, and they will have the nucleus also, which is clearly visible. Fine. So that is the experiment related to the cell. And that is how actually Robert Hooke he worked on but not got the proper structure of the cell. Then after this, next scientist came Leeuwenhoek. Now what he did, he was sitting near to the pond area. He was again a boy. He cannot sit simply. What he did, he took some amount of water in the hand and he started watching it. So he was not able to get anything. Then what he did, he took some amount of water in a kind of glass and then he took it to his lab. After taking to the lab, he watched one drop or single drop of, the water under the microscope. And he was able to see that something was moving in that. Fine, something was moving. When he watched under the microscope, he was able to see that something was moving there. That is how he discovered the living cells. Then he got to know that in the water also, what do we have? We have the microbes, which we basically don't see. Correct? Are we looking that? Akshara, are we looking to the microbes in the water? Surujit? No, right? Simply we are drinking it. We are not bothering like what is there, what is not there. But basically, whenever, wherever we have the open area, the water wherever it is available in the open area, if we drink it is very harmful because it has so many numbers of the microbes. So he saw those living kind of creatures in that, and that is how the discovery of the living cells were there. Clear? So two things, cells were discovered by the Robert Hooke, but it was a dead kind of the cells. Living cells were discovered by the Anthony van Leeuwen. Am I clear, children? So that is how the discovery was there. Robert Hooke from the bark, from the cork part of the tree, whereas the Anthony van Leeuwen, he discovered from the water, from the pond water. And like you can do this experiment at your school also, children. Like you can ask the permission from the teacher, take one drop of water, maybe the tap water, maybe any other water also. Ask them, get the permission. You should not do anything, only the drop of water you should have. Keep it on the slide and wash under the microscope. Then and there you can do it in the school. And then you will be able to identify that apart from the microbes, there are so many dust particles also present in that. Okay, so ask your teacher and do this at your, place. In the school, you can do that. So I'll share my screen again.
Microscope and gave me a name. Living organisms know me better as cell. Does that ring a bell? You'll soon know more about me.
The discovery of cells dates back to the 17th century and is associated with the invention of microscopes. Marcello Malpighi, a microscopist, proposed that plants are made of tiny structural units called utricles. In 1665, Robert Hooke, an English scientist, looked at a thin slice of cork through a compound microscope. He observed many tiny, hollow, room-like structures that resembled a honeycomb and called them
So see, you can
cells.
see the structure, see the way, the kind of microscope he had actually. It was a very, very nominal one. It was not so useful, not so magnifying power was there. And that's the reason he was not so successful in that.
Hooke actually saw only the outer cell walls because cork cells are not alive. Leeuwenhoek, in 1674, with the improved microscope, discovered
So this is
free
how like
living
Leeuwenhoek,
cells.
he discovered the first living cell because of the developed the microscope. So he had a good variety of it and because of which he did that.
In pond water for the first time. Robert Brown, in 1831, discovered the nucleus in the cell.
Now here we will be stopping. We will not be going to this nucleus part right now. Before that, a very, very big thing we should know is about the cell tissues and organs. So we know very well water cells who discovered that, but we should also know apart from the cells, what do we have? Out of you all, do you know what is the study called as the cell? study of cell is called as? Any idea?
Ma'am,
It is called as, yeah, tell me. It is called as cytology. It is called as cytology. Cyto means cell and logy means study. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So study of cell is called as cytology. Here, the cyto stands for the cell and the logy stands for the study. So study of cell is called as the cytology. Whereas, like when we talk about the group of cells, they are called as the tissues. So when the group of cells join together, they are called as the tissues. So humans are made up of cells, tissues, and organs. Now, what are cells? They are the smallest biological unit and they are made up of the living organelles. Now, what are tissues? They are the group of cells that have the same structure and function. Now, example, like if we have the nervous tissue, or I can say the nerve, right? All the nervous tissue will have what? They have the same kind of the structure, right or wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
Children, all the nervous tissue, all the nerves in our body will have same different structure. Yes, it will have the same or different. I have the different, or you have the different, or we all have the same one. Same, right? We all have actually the same. Whether it is me, whether it is Purijit, whether it is Rohit, Harshit, Yukta, Pranav, Akshara, Sampath, or Jitendra, we all have what? The same type of the nerve cell in our body. Same way, we have all have the similar kind of the red blood cells, right? The only thing is the number difference. Might be I have more, might be like since you are small, you might have the less number of cells in your body, right? But as you keep on growing, the number of cells also keep on multiplying. Fine. But the structure and the shape will be same. If the RBC are round in structure, then it will be round in all of us. If it is spindle in shape, the muscle cell, then it will be, or in all of us will have the same structure. Right? So tissues are what? They are the group of cells. They have the same structure and they perform the same kind of the functions. It's not like I have the different function, they are performing different functions in you. All have the same kind of the function. Now, what are organs? The organs are made up of two or more types of tissue. So basically, now when these tissues are joined together, they give rise to the what? The organs. And they will be performing these specific functions. Now, cells, tissues, organs, how they are correlated? Is there any connection between them? Yes, actually. So the cells, if they have the cell, then only the tissue can be formed. If the tissues are there, then only the organ can be formed. And if organs are there, then only what can be formed? The organ
Organ.
system can be formed. And if organ system are there, then only who can form?
Organism.
The very good. The organism can be formed. So everything is correlated. Cells are correlated with tissue. Tissues are related with the organs. Organs are related with the organ system. And the organ system will be forming what? The organism. And who are the organisms? We are the organisms. Or the other animals, dog, cow, rat, bat, all have the similarities like this. They have the cell, then the cells have tissues. Tissue should form the organ. Organ should form the organ system and then they should form the organ. Clear? Now, what are the
Yes,
organ system here?
some group of same type of organs which do the same function.
No, I'm asking about the example of it. Is there any example of the organ system in our body?
Nervous system,
Very good.
digestive system.
Respiratory system, digestive system. reproductive system, all are these what? They are the kind of the organ system. So cells we have, tissues we have, organs like the stomach we have, liver we have, pancreas we have, skin we have, they all are what? They are the organs. Now these organs, they will combine and they form the organ system, and then these organ system, they form the organs. Now, how do they help organisms survive? So, how these cells, tissues, and organs, what are the major functions actually they play in our body? This is very, very important. So, though we have the basic idea of the cells, but we are never aware of like what the cells they do it. The main function of the cell is to transfer nutrients and waste around the body. So whatever the nutrients are there and whatever the waste are there, they will be transferring it up, down, up like this. Or the oxygen, oxygen also they will be transferring. They will be giving it to one part or the one organ to the other organs of the body. Coming to the tissue, what do? They provide shape, structure, and protection to the organ, right? In our body, we have the kidney, we have the heart, we have the liver. So all of these where they are protected in the rib cage, right? So they get a separate kind of protection with the help of the tissues as well. So tissues, what do? They provide the shape, structure, and protection. And the last one, organs, they allow the body system to perform specific functions. So if I talk about digestive system, they will be helping to digest the food, right? Same way, respiratory system, they will be helping to respire, to break down the food. So each and every body system, they will have the specific function with the specific organ to work on. Right? So these are the major kind of the functions they play. Cells for transferring the nutrients and waste around the body. Tissues to provide the shape, structure, and protection. Organs, they allow the body system to perform specific functions. I hope I'm clear, children, with this.
Yes, ma'am.
If in case you have any doubt, just let me know itself. Any doubt you have? Jitendra, Rohit, Akshara, Purjit, Harshit, Sampath, Pranav, and Yukta.
No doubt, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Fine. So it's like very, very, very basic thing. So you should know now the function of the cell. It's, to provide the nutrients or to transport the nutrients and the waste throughout the body. Then talking about the tissues, what do? They provide the shape, structures, and protection actually. And the organ, they will be helping the organ system to do the specific function. Clear? Now each of you should tell me one kind of cell which is present in our body. One cell. And it should not repeat actually. Fine, it should not get repeated. So who will be starting first? Who is a volunteer? Who takes first will be okay, Sampath is raising hand. Okay, Sampath, go ahead.
Ma'am, nerve cell.
Okay, fine. Nerve cell. Okay. Second one. Who wanted to take the chance? Yes, Pranav.
Cheek cells, ma'am.
Cheek cell. Okay, Yukta, third one. Raising hand.
Ma'am, muscle cells.
Muscle cells, good. Fine. So nervous cells, nervous tissues or nerve cells, cheek cell, and then muscle cells. Okay, next one. Harshit, Purjit, Akshara, Rohit, and Jitendra. The next one. Who you should answer? What, Purjit?
Liver cells.
Liver cells. Okay, the cells which are present. Okay, fine. Okay. Optic cells. Okay, Akshay, you're connecting somewhere to the eye. Okay, acceptable. Harshit,
Bone cells.
bone cells. Very good. Bone cells. Okay. Jitendra,
Blood cells.
very good. Blood cells. See how many types of cells we have in our body. So still we have, the other type of cells also. Like we have the adipose cells also. We have the, like as mentioned by Yukta, muscle cells. In the muscle cells also we have the different types of it. Then in the connective tissues, we have the RBC, WBC, platelets. We forgot about the platelets, which are very, very, very important. I think you have heard the word platelets, right? What they will be doing?
Ma'am, so if we, ma'am,
Yeah,
may I
Akshay, tell
answer?
me. Yeah,
Ma'am,
please,
so
yeah.
if we get any wound or something, the platelets help it cover it, the wound. Helps the wound
Exactly.
cover. Like
Very good, very good. So basically, what happens is, if accidentally or by chance someone get, some problem, or the blood comes out due to some any injury or the accident, in that case, you might have seen the blood will keep on flowing for some time. But after some time, it gets stopped automatically. It's because of the formation of the blood clot on that surface. And it happens because of the platelets. So if we have the good number of the platelets in our body, then what happens? Automatically, that wound will be taking less time to heal. But if in our body we have less number of the platelets, then what happens? The wound will be taking more time to get healed. Correct? That is why what we should always keep in mind that vitamin K we should take in more in amount so that we can increase the platelets in our body. So once we increase the platelets in our body automatically, then our body can be safe on the safer side. Otherwise, if we get small injury also, the blood will keep on flowing for so much of time and all. It then the loss of the blood will be, and it should not happen. The blood should not get too much loss from our body. All right. So that is about the cell for the basic idea of that. In the upcoming classes, we'll be discussing about the cell theory. So after the Leeuwenhoek and the Robert Hooke, they were the other scientists known as the. Do you know the name of the scientist for the cell theory? No. Okay. So cell theory is basically a kind of the theory. Like as a teacher, what I do, I provide you the notes, right? I'll be telling, Yukta, you have this notes. Study the first point first, then go for the second one, then go for the third one, right? I'll be giving some kind of the points to you. Same way, these scientists, what they did, they have given the theory, and in this theory, they have given the 2 points. See, only 2 points, very easy actually. So they have not given a detailed way of it. They have only given the 2 points. And after this one, what happened? One more person, one more scientist entered into the role, and he added one more point or one more theory, we can say. So these theory we will be learning in the upcoming classes, what it is all about. And it is very, very important because this theory is correlated to your 10th class also, to your 11th class also, to your 12th class. Fine. So those things we'll be learning in the upcoming class as well as we will be doing a very, very small activity. But I think we have still 2 minutes. I just want any one of you to run and bring any duo or perfume. If you have the duo or perfume at home, just go and get it. I think Yukta have got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Sampath, have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now take the duo, go to one corner of the room and spray there. Take the duo, go to one corner of the room and then spray it there. One corner of the room. Yes. Corner you have to spray it. Spray it. Not in the center, in the corner. Corner you have to spray it. Fine. Now come back. After spraying, you can come back and sit at your own place. What do you feel? Can you feel the fragrance around you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yukta, can you feel that? The
Yes, ma'am.
fragrance, whatever you have sprayed on one corner of the room, it is coming to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Why is it so? Why it happened actually? Though you have sprayed in one corner of the room, but you are getting those fragrance. Why is it so?
And
What is
the
it called
fragrance
as?
particles are moving through air.
Yeah, but why it is so actually? Why the traveling is happening? They can go a little far also, right? Why they're coming to you actually? Why they're spreading to the whole room? Very, 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 logical question. Now this will be homework for today. You need to find out that why the particles or the molecules, whatever you have sprayed at one corner of your room, why it gets spread all around
Ma'am,
your
is it due to, ma'am, the place where we sprayed has high concentration of these particles, so that maybe.
Yes, correct, correct, correct. So I just want you to actually give me a proper and we'll be discussing further in the upcoming class. Okay. So though Sampath, you're correct, but I want a proper definition or proper word for it.
Diffusion.
Fine. So children will meet you in the next class.
Yes, ma'am.
Till then, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, children. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Mm.